Hey everyone, I'm Lee Shepard. I'm here with Shepard Farm. I'm showing you the driveway right now. I want to make a video real quick. We've been on the property for about 5 months now, and I just want to share some of the things we learned about homesteading. So we bought a raw piece of land. It did have a mobile home on it, but we're going to go through the process of kind of showing you things we learned, show you different aspects of our farm and what we're building, and take the journey with us, and we'll talk about the things that we like, that we don't like, that we do again, and kind of guide you through that process. So if you're new to homesteading or just trying to get started, this is probably a great video for you. Okay, so when you're buying land, obviously you can have some pasture, some treed, all that kind of good stuff. One of the things that we loved about this property is it had 7 acres of already fenced land. So they had some cattle on it, I assume, at some point. This is completely fenced, it's cross fenced. So you'll see right over there. So we're able to separate down to about 3 acres over here. And so we bought all of our stuff for cows a lot earlier than you could probably do if you're just grabbing some raw land. But we'll show you kind of what that's like, and definitely look for property that has a little bit of infrastructure already ready to go. It just is going to save you a ton of time. So if it's all treed and it's down to pasture, man, that saves a ton of time. If you've already got fencing, that's huge. You guys like that? Here, let's go feed you. Okay, come over here, Linda. Hey, Caleb, get out of the way. So here on the homestead, we're trying to get these cows to be super friendly. So we got them from one of the local farmers. They're young, they're a little bit over a year. But the bonus is we got this one, she's pregnant. So she's gonna be giving us a little calf here, probably about 2 months. So we got a black Angus here. We got our Hereford right here, a red Angus, and then this is a steer that we got. We're gonna raise him for meat. But this guy, he's a little bit smaller. He's about 3 months younger than the rest of them. And so what we're trying to do is give him some corn. That way we can come up. They're still not overly friendly, but the more we feed them, the friendlier they're getting. And so they usually don't let us pet them, but now for the video, they're doing real good. So that's super nice. This is the most friendly for sure, this Hereford. But they're so happy to get some corn. And this is just corn, there's no extra additives. She's still super jumpy, but this guy. And so one of the things, like I said, we have our 7 acres, and it was kind of tall grass. If Linda can swing around, you're gonna see a huge pile of grass over here, way down there. And so we cut all the grass, we pulled it all over there, and what we're doing now is we're letting all that green grass come up. But we needed kind of a stopgap. So we got these cows about a month ago. We didn't really have any green grass here, and they weren't really eating the tall grass that was already here. So we went and got a couple hay bales from a local farmer. They're eating that right now. We got a couple more I'll show you back at the property. But one of the things you got to be ready for on the homestead is always adapting and changing. So we didn't have all that infrastructure set up. And so as soon as we got these guys, we thought, hey, we'll throw them in the field. They're going to eat the grass. We'll give them a water trough. And we had to learn kind of quick and fast that there's more to take care of cows than just putting them in a field. Hey, come over here, Linda. Take a look at the water. So we bought a 100-gallon tub from Tractor Supply. We filled it up. Because this field is probably maybe a quarter mile from the house, we have to bring water out and fill this thing up. With 4 cows now, we go through this water every maybe 3 days, and so we have to be pretty on it to come out here and check it, make sure it's filled up. We're looking at probably buying another tank or just getting a bigger tank. We'll figure out what we do with that. And we haven't even hit the hot summer months yet. So water, how you're going to get it to the field, cows, how you're going to feed them, and as this green grass grows up, they've been eating way better on the field, but they love having a little bit of a treat like this corn here. Like I said, we're trying to get them to be nice and friendly, because Mama's going to be giving birth here in about 2 months, and we definitely want her to allow us to get close, just in case she needs some help or anything like that. So, like I said, this Mama, oh, now she's being skittish, but they definitely like to fight over their food. But Nice to have a gate getter. So you would have seen it in the thumbnail, and obviously saw it as we started the video, but we have a Polaris Ranger crew cab side-by-side. And so how we ended up getting this guy is, even before we bought the property, we knew that we were getting the land contract. Went down to our tractor dealer, you'll see that later. We bought a Coyote tractor, but they also sell Polaris products. And we knew how far everything was, and so here's a good example of it. We got our garbage can, it's up at the road. It's probably a quarter mile to almost half a mile from our house, so we have to drive up. So we load up everything into the side-by-side, drive it up each week. That way we keep the garbage down here. We don't have to worry about it. Okay, so on the farm, kind of talking about this Polaris a little bit more, everything on the farm costs you either time or it costs you money. And so this thing saves us a ton of time, which allows us to do some other things that we've been doing as we continue just getting through the property. Showing people around, hauling stuff up. As we get down to the lower end of our property, it takes, it's a 2-3 minute walk. It's a 10-second ride in the side-by-side. So definitely worth investing in some of the equipment that's going to save you time as you're trying to get all your stuff done. So we're in the field right behind the cows. In fact, they're running over right now because they're super excited. I think we're going to give them something. But this is all like previous kind of pasture land, but we don't know exactly what we're going to do with this, but this does connect kind of up to where our home site's at, just over the hill a little bit. And that's where we're putting in our personal garden. A little bit further down, we're going to be doing all of our commercial gardening. But we have all this field that we've only mowed once, and we haven't gotten time to get back around to mow it again. So this is kind of the other little open kind of pasture field that we have. As you're coming down the driveway, it's right behind the cow pasture. Cow pasture, that's what it's called. And we'll continue down. So when you're setting up your homestead, one of the key principles is everything costs twice as much as you think, and it takes twice as long. And so on our property, we had the luxury of a lot of these fields already being cut down. So the trees were down, the grass was long, everything was overgrown. And here's a good example of it. Every tree on our property that couldn't be mowed right at the base was like this. When we get down to where we're going to build the wedding venue area and kind of the commercial farming part, we've cleaned all this stuff up, but that takes a ton of time. Chainsaws, weed whackers, and very specifically our tractor to help grab all that stuff. And we've cut all this down. We have a big old burn pile we'll show you later, but it takes a lot of time to just get the base of all these things and start cutting. So you'll need some chainsaws, you'll need some time, some other equipment to pick all that stuff up. So one of the keys before you even get started is writing up a plan. And so we wrote up a business plan. Number one, we needed some of that stuff because when we get all of our bank accounts and our LLC set up, we want to make sure that we have all the information and kind of we can explain to people what our vision is. And that came up in a good example with my dad. When we brought him out here the first time, my dad and my mom, and it was overgrown and didn't look as pretty as it looks now. It was pretty hard for them to kind of see the vision. And then the last time my dad came out, he saw how cleaned up everything was. He's like, oh, I can see it now. It looked just that much better. So you can see all these trees down here. We're going to drive through, but none of them have the dirty bases of all those trees. We've cleaned all that up. Then you can see over here, we got a tree that has all that garbage at the bottom. How much cleaner and everything looks nice when you have a plan. But down here, this is going to be the start of the actual commercial farm. So our oldest son, Austin, plowed a bunch of this stuff. We'll have some video of that. And this is the driveway going down. This is going to be our strawberries and some of the pumpkins. And back in the corner here is going to be our bees. That's actually coming hopefully this next week. And there'll be pollinators for all the other stuff we're doing. Our pond's kind of right there in the middle in the back. But this is going to be the actual commercial farming area. Down over there by the pond, if you can see in front of us, that's going to be the wedding venue, the event center, all that stuff. So we'll cruise by and we'll point out a little bit closer. But this is going to be the commercial part of our farm, which is kind of down the hill at the end of our driveway. So on this property before, they were growing some corn. But what I wanted to show you, it's a nice mix. When we lived in Georgia, it was all clay. This is a nice mix of sand. This is a lot more sandy down here, but right up kind of our personal garden area, it's real nice black dirt, but it's got a little bit of sand mixed into it. And so we'll get all this treed up, but they've already grown corn here, so we know it can be successful. Austin did one pass. Like I said, this is kind of untaken care of land, so you can see it's got a lot of nasties in it. So we're gonna disc all this up. He's done one pass already. We'll disc it up, break all that stuff up, rake out all the dirties, and build it out to our to what we can have it. So this is one of the biggest selling points of the property. We have about a 1 acre pond. And so we got our little friend run up here. That's Rex. He's Linda's brother's dog. He's super cute. Here, let's see if we can get down and see him. Where you at, Rex? Where you at, Rex? Come here, buddy. Come here. Where you at? Come here. Come here. Super cute. You are super cute. There he is. That's Rex. But back to the pond. Definitely, if you're looking at having something like a water feature, we're going to use this as the backdrop for our wedding venue. So you'll see that. But okay, so Linda just scared me. The side-by-side started rolling a little bit, so she freaked out, so I paused the video. But anyway, we cut down the bank. This is going to be kind of the backdrop to all of our wedding venue stuff. And so it's just beautiful. It's kind of a bean-shaped lake. It's about 1 acre. This is what all the grasses on the side look like before we kind of mowed everything back. And then we're still in the process of just kind of cleaning everything up. So we'll keep working on that, but super nice. We do have some fish in here. Kids love it. Come nice weather, we come down here and catch a bunch of little sunfish. But definitely nice. Think about getting a little pond on your property with some fish in it. What do you think, Rex? You like it? What do you think, Rex? Yeah? So one of the things that we want to use our property for the most is events. And so we've got our commercial farm kind of set up over there. As we come in this way, you see the pond behind it. Like I said, we want to use that. Right here is going to be the actual shelter for the wedding venue area. And then we're going to have this kind of open field over here for the actual ceremony, with the backdrop being that pond. And so as you come down over here, you can see that that's what your view is going to be like. And we're still getting all that stuff set up. So just absolutely beautiful. As the green grass comes up, it'll be even better. You can see my shadow filming, but it is really pretty. So wedding venue coming soon. Stay on the website so you can find out what the dates available will be. Hopefully we'll start building our actual building over here soon as well. So when we talked about cutting all the base of the trees and cleaning everything up, that is our burn pile. So hopefully that thing will be burned tonight. Actually, we're trying to burn it. We've been waiting for the weather to clean up, but you're gonna have a lot of extra stuff you gotta store somewhere, let it dry, so when you burn it, it all burns up. So there's always projects, and anyone that knows me knows I'm always working on like 6 different things at the same time. We're able to get these from a local woodworker that he just cuts down trees and has his own mill. But these are 12 by 12 posts. These are eventually going to be a huge archway over the driveway where we're coming in. Big old shepherd farm. So these will be going up soon too, getting that nice big arch. So if you don't have a truck for a homestead, that's the first thing you got to buy. There's no way you can start doing all that stuff without a truck. We have to run to Home Depot or go pick up supplies all the time. But one of the things that we got, because like I said, our water's so far away, we picked up one of these tanks. So they clean them out. We made sure that this one was food grade. We don't want to be giving any kind of chemicals to our cows or anything. But this is a food grade big tote. And this one can hold 275 gallons of water. So we fill this thing up, drive it up to the cows, fill it up. But like I said, that's every couple days we have to do that. So we're looking at a solution to try and make that a little bit less work. It'd be nice if we only have to do it, say, once a week. But definitely have the ability to get water up to the cows. But you'll need something like a truck. You'll need something like a big old tank to get that water around. And then we're going to head over to the greenhouse next. Okay, so we got our greenhouse. We just got this put together a couple weeks ago. We have a full video on this, so we'll tag this one at the end. And also we do have a link, it'll be below. We did an Amazon partnership, I guess, with so we get a little bit of commission for everyone that we buy. So this is a greenhouse, definitely recommend, but come on inside with me. So we've been working on this stuff today. Come on, Kel, come on all the way inside. We've been working on this, so it's the first part of February here in Mississippi, so frost should be over. But Miss Linda's been going to town and getting all this stuff planted. So we haven't actually put the seeds yet, but we're getting everything lined up. And we're going with our green beans and everything else that we've got over here. Cayenne peppers, getting all that stuff ready. Got all of our benches built. And so we're trying to do everything as cheaply as we possibly can. Get everything starting to grow so we can transplant it back out to the field. But with that, come on all the way through the greenhouse. Don't get caught up on the chicken wire right there. But as you come out through here, you're gonna see we're still cutting brush. So as you pan through the side, we cut all this brush, but the chickens love it. You can see the chickens over there. They scratch through all this stuff. They get all the bugs. And so instead of using pesticides and all the stuff, let the chickens out. They're gonna find all the bugs to eat. So come on over here. So this is gonna be our personal garden. This is about 20, maybe 25 by 100. And you'll see this dirt has been passed through a couple different times. That is a lot nicer. So still working on that. Like you can see, it's kind of sandy, but it's got that rich dark color to it. But this is going to be where we grow all of our personal plants for the house and getting all that stuff set up. This has been probably one of the most exciting things we've gotten to do, because we're finally getting into converting the property into a homestead, into actual usable, that we're going to start growing crops. The chickens and the cows, I guess, would be in the same category. And then now that we're tilling up that commercial field, that's going to also be in that camp of just really seeing the progress of finally becoming that farm that we're trying to build everything out to. So a chicken coop is a must-have, and Linda and I debate on what we're going to do. We've had permanent chicken houses in the past, and we wanted to try to do a mobile chicken tractor. But we decided, based upon the amount of chickens that we're trying to raise, right now we got about 20. We're also going to do meat birds on the side, but they'll be in a different enclosure. But we decided that a mobile chicken tractor probably wasn't going to work for what we were trying to do. And so we ended up building this guy, which is a 11 by 24 full structure. And we want to make sure it's nice, because number one, we want our chickens to live nice. But two, here on the farm, if people are going to be coming up, we want everything to look real nice. So come on here to the chicken coop with me. See if we got anyone in there right now. Oh, yep, we got a couple right here right now. Hopefully laying us an egg. With the price of eggs now, chickens are starting to be a nice investment. But come on inside. So we've never done it where we added all the special touches. Back up a little bit. We've got a custom sign here we got on Amazon. Linda's Chicken Coop. Pretty nice. We got a nice little light up here. But we wanted to make sure we add just a few touches to make everything just really nice. So definitely on the chicken coop, one of the things you want to have is a nice clean out door. So here, got this little deal that pops out. We can clean everything out. Super nice. Come around here. Everything's nice. It's got the wire. Also, we have another video. I feel like I'm making a sales pitch for our other videos, but how to put in this chicken wire and get it all really nice and tight. Watch that one. That one's been popular. Figuring out different ways of doing the water system to the food bowl. And like I said, we've had a lot of honeybees coming in and trying to get some of the food from the chickens. So we're going to be setting up our honey box out there in the corner of the field so they have a place to live. And we can hopefully get some delicious honey by summertime or late fall. But this is our chicken coop area. Welcome to our coop. So for the actual home site, there used to be a manufactured home right here. And so it already had power poles. It had our septic tank over there. And then we have a well kind of right behind me over here. But what we did is we ran all the infrastructure up so we could put 2 RV sites on our property. So that way we could start living on it right away. And so we ran the sewer all the way up from the pipe. You can see kind of the clean out down there. And then we ran it up specifically to kind of be like an RV park. So we've got our pedestal, we got our power for our RVs, and then we got our water hookups. Definitely recommend doing that. That saved a lot of time. Now we got the RVs so we can live on the property. Definitely a win to go ahead and do that. We did put in one shed kind of in the back of our property. And because that's going to be kind of permanent, we got a washer dryer in there. We got our water hookup all in there as well. And that's where we actually ran the internet to. So we do have internet on our homestead already, which is fantastic, because or else we couldn't upload these videos. So like I said, when we started this video, we wanted to give you a little bit of a farm tour, and we wanted to kind of show you where the progress we've made in 5 months, talk about some of the things that we like and don't like. So definitely, when you're looking for property on your homestead, look for stuff like ponds, cut fields. If you really want trees, find some trees. Calculate how much value has already been put into that property by cutting down some pasture grasses or stuff that's been planted like that. Your ability to get some cows and chickens on your property, like that all comes into play on how fast you get that stuff done based upon some of the equipment you have. And so thankfully we've already had chainsaws. We had to buy a tractor, we had to buy our side-by-side, we had to buy trailers so we could pick up all this kind of big material that we've had to pick up. Thankfully I've already had a truck, and we had to pick up some of that kind of water tanks to bring all the water up to the other fields to get the cows. But all that takes time and money, so calculate all that stuff before you get started. And remember, whenever you're doing a homestead or any kind of project, it always takes twice as long and costs twice as much. But at the end of the day, why are we here doing the homestead video? Because of this. And so I wanted to have the final kind of shot of this clip be what's behind us. As you see, this is the beauty of living in the country, setting up your farm, and just looking behind you here, this is peaceful, quiet. You don't hear anything, and this is why we're doing it. So count the cost, know it's worth it. If you have any questions or any comments, if there's anything you do on your homestead that's better than what we do, please comment below. We'd love to hear from you. I'm sure there's things we can do better, but as we continue to grow, we'll include you in our videos. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, share, and welcome to Shepherd Farm.